All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the seventh episode of the Highly Intelligent Podcast. And I know last video I said I was going to record it in the snow, but that did not work out how I wanted it to. So, I'm doing it in here, And if I look distracted, it's because I'm playing Forza 4. This is just how I have to do my podcast whenever I'm doing alone. But I won't be doing it alone anymore. This is the end. This is the end of the podcast, the solo podcast. So I'm gonna be. If I ever record another one, it's gonna be with people. It's not gonna be just me, which I think would be better because just me is chill, But the only other person I know who did a one-person podcast is Too Mad, and he's not in the greatest spot right now, and so I think I'll just record it with other people whenever I do record the next one, obviously, and it'll still be the Highly Intelligent Podcast, still same me, but it just won't be me alone anymore, So hopefully, instead of replacing one of these uploads with a podcast, it'll just be like an entertaining one, or it'll be it'll be just a normal upload. And so yeah, and the reason I'm making one today is because it's been a very big week, 2 weeks for me. I keep on looking over there because used to my webcam being over there, but it's right here. I'm looking at it, and but the big moment is kind of like I'm moving forward with my life, kind of. Like, I know in the last podcast I talked about how I needed a push in my life. And, hold on. I kind of put myself in that situation. So I'm kind of leaping forward, a big old leap of faith, if you would. So, I'm moving out in like 2 days, and I'm getting a job interview in 2 days as well. So it's, crazy that what I'm doing right now is I'm basically jumping forward and saying, okay, well, might as well just fucking put myself in life, see if it works out, see if YouTube works out. And if it doesn't, worst comes to worst, I just end my shit, And, but hopefully it won't come to that. And honestly, I'm kind of excited because, my whole life I've always felt like I've been kind of enclosed in where I'm at. I've always been trapped by where I live and the location of my house, which is very far from civilization. It's, I think, 20 minutes to the nearest even gas station. So, that's nice, I guess. But also, you can do fun stuff out here where I'm at, but I'd rather be next to people, which I am. I'm going to be next to a lot of people in an apartment place, so that'll be nice, supposedly. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be enjoyable or not, but, there's moving pieces, and the pieces will be moving very soon. It's like right now they're kind of idle, but I'm about to put it in first gear, and it's about to start taking off, so hopefully this is, a very positive change, and not one that'll, I don't know, make me succumb to, drug abuse or some shit, but hopefully this is, the right direction to go. But as for the YouTube stuff, I want to upload more than once a week, but I'm just I don't have ideas, none of my ideas are ever good enough for videos. So it's oh yeah, I got a 5 minute video here, but I'm not going to upload a 5 minute video because objectively, videos over 10 minutes do way better, unless it's a music video or something. But if it's over 10 minutes, it does way better than it does if it's under 10 minutes. So obviously, I try to hit that. I try to hit that threshold just because it's it's very important for my growth in the whole YouTube scene and whatnot. And now that TikTok is gone, that was a huge platform for me. I drove in a lot of traffic because of TikTok, and now that it's gone, it's kind of it is kind of I got shot almost, where it's well, okay, now I can't blow up the easiest way possible, which is having a clip of mine blow up on TikTok, which is how a lot of YouTubers get their starts nowadays. So I guess I'm just gonna have to either find a new platform that's that massive, which I don't think it'll ever be another one like that. Also, my hair. My hair, by the way, it's coming back. It's not to the exact beauty that it was when I made my first video, but it's almost there. I'd say give it 2 more months maybe, and it'll be back there. And yeah, but YouTube, it's cool, but I'm not getting like nearly as much engagement as when I was uploading on TikTok frequently. Well, one, that's because I changed the uploading. Like, I would rather have a schedule than no schedule at all. So I would rather put out one video a week than upload 3 videos one week and then none for like a month, because that's what I was doing. And I don't think that's probably the way to go about it. I think this 1 day a week thing is probably the best, just because, it gives me a whole week to think of ideas. It gives me, a whole week to just kind of do what I want, and it's not too much pressure put on me, but I still want to upload once a week, if not more. I was thinking maybe uploading every Monday and Friday, but then I was like, well, that would leave a 2-day gap where I'd have to make content. So I was thinking maybe, like, I don't know, I would have to push the dates, because the bad thing is that there's 7 days in a week, which is an uneven number, which means I can't equally space out time in between uploads without it being 1 day a week or 1 video a week. So I don't know, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. And now that I'm moving, more into Civilization, I'm sure that's more content for me to upload. And maybe, hold on, wait, I'm getting a notification on my computer. All right, hopefully I didn't fuck with the recording at all. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to go into the city, and if there's enough content there, then I could start uploading more than 2 or once a week. But here I can't, so that's why I kind of put myself out there. I'm like, okay, I need this push because I need my life to get started, and also it could be very beneficial for my real like dream job, which is YouTube and streaming. Which I know I said I was going to start streaming a whole lot more, but I've had a lot of guests in my house for the last month, and I can't stream when they're all on the Wi-Fi. And now that I'm moving away, I don't think I'll be streaming at all. So, that's something. And then plus, me getting my first job is literally days away. And at 18 years old, it's probably a bit late for that, which I understand that like most people work at like 16, 17. But, I guess I'm just late to the party. But I'm in it now, so I'm gonna lock in. I have to lock in, actually, for everything to go right. Because if I don't, then it could lead, I could be 20 years old living in my parents' house like a bum. Even though 20, I know people who live with their parents at 20, but I think it's more of a, like, they returned from college type thing, and, the money situation isn't great, which, my money situation, I'm getting a job, so. But also just in general, it's like, I've never been rich, but I've also, like, I've also never, like, I've gotten most of everything I wanted as a child, so it's like, that's not really a problem for me, per se. But now that I am getting my own job, I can buy my own shit, which, hold on, chair, but what does it mean for me to buy my own shit, because, like, I don't want anything really, except for like the necessities like food. There's nothing else that I really need in my life except food and water, I guess. Because when I think about it, I haven't really, really wanted something in a long time. Having a new gen console would be nice, but it's like, whatever, like instead of playing UFC 5, I can play UFC 4, And when GTA 6 comes out, if I don't have one by then, I'll just, watch somebody play it, I guess. Or even go to a friend's house who has a new gen console. Unless GTA 6 is planning on releasing their own console, which I wouldn't doubt. It would cost $1,000 plus the $200 that GTA 6 is going to cost. Which is a very big possibility. They're probably going to be taxing the shit out of GTA 6. So I'm going to wait on that, honestly. I might wait like a year after GTA 6 comes out just to buy it. See if it's actually good, because Red Dead, like, I hope it's like Red Dead more than it's like GTA 5, but also it wouldn't make sense, like, I know that like Rockstar games like generally have like the same controls and concepts for what era they're in, but I don't think, like, if GTA 6 has like the dialogue options that Red Dead had, that would be cool, where you can go up to like random NPCs and interact with them, and there's like a whole lot to do in the world. But like GTA 5 didn't really have any of that, And Queso said something that would like generalize it pretty well. It was like, it's a mile long but an inch deep, which is like, It looks like there's a whole lot, but there's nothing, you know. And that's what GTA 5 is kind of like, you know. Just because not a whole lot to do outside the story. I mean, you got the side missions and whatnot, but like there's not like cool like random stuff that happens like unlike Red Dead. So hopefully GTA 6 is more like Red Dead, but also if it's not, that, you know, it would make sense because it's a GTA game and not a Red Dead game. But you know, Rockstar can do whatever. If they want to fumble GTA 6, then they can make it like GTA 5 again, or they can make it like a modern day Red Dead. Even though Red Dead, I think it's just like the aura behind the time period of Red Dead that made it as good as it was as well. But you know, GTA 6, it's taking place in my hometown, so that's cool. Miami, in the Keys, so that'll be nice. But it's been done before, like with GTA. Was it GTA 4 that was in Miami, or was it a different one? I don't know, but it was one of them, and I think if they came up with an original city, that'd be cool too, like one that hasn't been done. That's still like in America. Like, have they done New York? I don't know if they've done New York yet, but that could be cool. Except the problem with New York is they have a lot of buildings, so I feel like they would need to make all those buildings like interactable and shit, you know, like be able to go into a lot of them. That's one thing that I didn't like about GTA 5 that I love about Red Dead is most of the buildings you can go inside of, you know, which of course GTA has a bunch of buildings, a bunch of cities, while Red Dead is more like sparse. But I still think being able to go into most buildings is like a very good feature. How did I get from talking about my life to GTA 6, dude? I don't know. But I'm ready for what GTA 6 has. And you know, it would be cool if it was a good game, but I feel like there's so much hype around it. It's kind of like Cyberpunk. Like, I don't think it'll ever live up to the hype that's around it, you know. And I feel like it doesn't even stand a chance, honestly. And they've been working on it for long enough, but also, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like it's Rockstar. Like, Rockstar did good, but also they're like very money centric, keeping GTA 5 online alive for as long as it did, and didn't touch Red Dead Online. But that's whatever. But getting back on the topic of my life in general, I think it's a good change. You know, I think the living situation that I'm putting myself in, I think it's interesting. I don't think it's optimal, but I think it's interesting. I don't think it's the worst thing. And at the worst, it'll be a good story to tell, you know? So, and if fun stuff does happen there, that'll be cool. And if nothing happens there, it's, you know, same as where I'm living here. So, except I'll have a job and I'll be in, like, the town. And I'll also not be with the people who I'm with now. So, you know, it'd be cool to move to a new place without like any family or nothing like that around you. You're just there surviving with some of your bros who live near you or with you. So that would be cool. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that I have to get used to. Like, I still don't have a driver's license, but I'm looking for a car. That's the main reason. Like, I don't have a car, but also I need a car to get my driver's license. But also, I don't drive enough. And that's also because there's no cars at my house that I can drive with, because the people who own them are usually gone for, you know, beyond where I can drive comfortably. Or, you know, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should drive when I'm not comfortable. Because that's probably going to be most situations. Most situations where you fuck up, you're probably not going to be very comfortable. So maybe I should force myself into those situations. Hello? Are we back? My PC just completely shit on itself. And it said that I didn't have enough storage to keep recording. So that's cool, I guess. Not very fun. But hopefully, I think I just allocated the storage to a hard drive that I have. So hopefully now we should be locked in, right? I think so. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't stop that recording, because I was only recording for 14 minutes, and I try to keep my podcast at 30 minutes or more. Only because, as a one-person podcast, it's kind of hard to keep it going. But also, I like the idea that a podcast goes on for more than 30 minutes, because if it goes on for less than that, that's just a video. You know what I mean? That's just a fucking video, so. But I was looking, and it kind of looked like my camera was a little high, but also, I don't know. It's like, what are you looking for? Like, you should just be listening to this. Well, I don't think you should be inspecting my face. And if you are, that's cool, but I'm not sure if that's acceptable. Even though I am 18. Unfortunately. I'm 18, so that means weird people are legally allowed to be weird. Like, I remember there was this guy on my YouTube stream. That's why I stopped streaming on YouTube. Because he was weird as fuck. But, like, he wasn't, like, the cool kind of weird where he would donate you money and say weird stuff. He would just type it. And my load disk space. Okay. I have load disk space is what my computer is telling me. Which, hopefully, hopefully it doesn't stop my recording again. But as I was saying, it was a weird guy. Except he wasn't like the old weird where he would donate. He would just say it in the comments. Which is like, why did I have to get stuck with the poor weirdo and not the one who likes to donate? If he donated, I probably would have been streaming every fucking day just for him. I'd be like, yeah, come on. I would have damn near been egging him on, saying, yeah, just give me $5 and I'll show one of my nipples or something. Since on Twitch, I'm pretty sure guys are allowed to do that. Even though I was on YouTube at the time, so actually I'm not sure. All I know is that Twitch, the copyright's a lot better. You don't have to, like, be afraid of music playing. Because on Twitch, I think it just deletes the VOD, right? So, that's always nice. I think that's a very good, what do you call it? I think it's a very good system. I think YouTube should definitely incorporate that. But also, I don't even know if that's legal. Like, can you legally play music on your stream? Like, is that why they have to delete it? And if you're, like, a big streamer and if you play music unauthorized, does it like, punish you? Like, I know at one point, people were streaming movies, and they would just delete the VOD, so. But I think somebody got in trouble for that. I don't know who. But I think somebody did, and, that's obviously not something I want to do. I want to keep my YouTube channel, I want to keep my Twitch channel. But my Twitch channel was just filled with a bunch of digital designers, but all of them were talentless. They would just all use AI and shit. Like, I was like, yeah, follow me and I won't commission you because I'm poor, but follow me and I'll check out some of your stuff. And I looked at everybody's stuff who ever typed anything into, like, one of my streams, and it's all AI generated. Not one person put effort into doing their own art. So, like, digital artists are fucking useless. Like, I can literally run the same scripts you do, but probably better. They probably put, like, 3 words in it, and it just said, like, fuck it, send it. And it's how it is on Twitter, too. Whenever you post stuff with, like, hashtag streamer or YouTube on it, you'll get more engagement, but it's be from people trying to commission work from you. Or I think it's the opposite. They want you to commission work from them, and their work is only AI. It's fucking stupid. I think people have the audacity to do that shit too. Like, you use AI, like, get the fuck out of here. You are not talent. You do not have talent. Like me, my icon for YouTube right now is AI, but I did it before AI like really started getting, like, scary realistic. So I've also tried to get somebody to paint, like, my icon. I got someone to try and paint it, but it didn't go well. I didn't send him any money or nothing, but I just never got the product. Which, fair, I guess, fair. But also, not very cool of you. And also on Twitter, I remember I was uploading every day. Back when I was uploading every day, I had like 103 followers on Twitter, and I took like a 2-week break, and I dropped down to like 40. And, it's whatever. But I just think that Twitter is the worst platform, dude. Everybody is so, like, brain dead. Like, their takes are just terrible. But I think that's why people like Twitter. It's because no matter what, they'll find some gooner head like them, so they just flock to it. But I don't even upload. Like, I used to post whenever I uploaded on Twitter, but now I don't even do that. I just stay away from that website. Like, I go on it every now and again, but I try to stay away from it. But I understand that people like it because they'll find some goober heads like them. But it's like, for a normal person with a working brain, it's like so terrible. But, I feel like that's a lot of spaces, The only app I really use is Instagram. And even then, all I do is go on Reels. I don't text anybody or nothing. Which, probably my fault, but also I'm fine with that. And hopefully, I'm hoping that me moving will put me out into the world, because I haven't talked to anybody who wasn't one of my main 3 friends. I don't think I've talked to anybody outside that circle in actual months. Aside from my family and 3 people, I haven't talked to anybody else. So hopefully puts me out there. Hopefully it gets rid of my me being scared of being in public. I'm not scared to be in public. I'm scared of public interaction. I'm also scared of looking dumb, but mainly the interaction stuff. So hopefully getting a job will help me with, talking to people. Hold on, I got a burp, but it also kind of feels like I'm about to puke. I don't know why. But hopefully I get to explore people. And I'm not talking about inspect people or nothing. I meant socially. I'd be able to go, hey, my name is Mason and I like to talk to people. And hopefully they believe that, Hopefully my programming isn't too obvious by then. I'm also hoping for some patchwork that allows me to pee in places outside my bathroom. Yep, that patchwork, it was added in my earlier stages, but then it was fuck. It was I'm not gonna shit anywhere except for my bathroom. That's kind of what that programming, I think it was at some point in high school. I think in 10th grade, I was like, damn, it's risky as hell to be shitting here. And then, I never did ever since. But before that, I was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was blasting that shit. I didn't give a fuck. And, I feel like nowadays, it's because back then I was just a fucking monster, dude. I was a savage. I'm telling you. Last podcast, I talked about how I changed. Bro, I was unhinged. But I think now I actually have some humanity. So I would spare people. I would spare people the. I would spare people the trauma of me using the bathroom in public. So, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe some patchwork on my AI will bring that back. I don't know. Maybe it depends how desperate I get. Which, being desperate situations call for desperate measures. So, I mean, maybe one day I'll have to go in the bushes or some shit, in front of a park. Maybe I'll be homeless one day and I'll have to do that. But until then, I'm fine with the fuck am I talking about? Hold on. I forgot. My personal bathroom. So I forgot for a second. I had to look behind me because I thought I was about to get shot by somebody breaking in. A little scary, Even though where I'm going, I'm not bringing anything valuable. Actually, I'm bringing shoes, so that's valuable, right? Maybe. I don't know. It's just if I get kicked out, I'm fucked, right? Because if I get kicked out, then that means my transportation to the job I'm applying for will be gone until I get a car. If I have a car by the time I'm gone, then that's nice. But if I don't, I'm kind of fucked. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, yeah, that's the situation I'm in. But also, I put myself in it because I was tired of sitting here doing nothing. So, I mean, it's a good change, but it's a change that is I don't know. I feel like there's higher odds of something going bad. But also, I fuck with betting. I don't fuck with betting. I don't endorse gambling. But also, I've been very lucky when it comes to chances of something being good versus bad. And I'm not terrible in social situations. It's just in my head I am. But nobody else thinks that I am, except for me. So maybe I'm the only person who notices like all the subtle awkward shit that I do. But I mean, nobody else notices it, but I notice, and it's fucked up. Like it's more fucked up that I notice it than anybody else. Like, I think I just have a problem with like talking in public, like a self-image in public. But also, I used to walk around in a tank top and booty shorts, damn near. So I don't think is that, and not booty shorts, but like gym shorts. And yeah, I don't do that anymore. I don't leave the house without pants on. But there was a time where I would, and there was a time where, if it was funny, I would just bust it down. And evolution, of course, changed that from me, but that's just how it used to be. And now, I'm just out here. Even though the situation I'm gonna be in, I'm gonna be like out there a lot more, and I don't think I'll have a choice because eventually, I'm gonna be like eventually people are gonna see he's either like me. I'm either a chill person or I'm still a bozo. But I think I've changed enough to the point where people can see me and go, "Oh yeah, he's cool," and not awkward. But me, I'm hoping I'll get some of that social shit back because I used to have it. But then I lost it and I never got it back. So, but then again, dude, this burp is not going to come out. I think I have constipation from my burps. I'm constipated from burps, dude. That's fucked up. Y'all ever been like that? I feel like it's not an uncommon thing, or maybe it's heart disease. Maybe I don't know. It's possible. I don't fuck with heart disease, but like the chance of me getting it is high as fuck. Like me getting heart disease is like a 20% chance in my later years, just from all the energy drinks that I drink. I know I swore them off, but today I kind of splurged and I got 3 of them. This is my first one, obviously, but it's also 7 o'clock at night, so whatever. Actually, no, I bought a Rockstar at like 11, like a week ago, so I'm clearly not doing well in my addiction, but also, it's like, it's good. Like, you can't just stop. Like, I understand, I get it when it comes to fat people. Like, I get it. Not the food, but like the energy drinks. Like, if I could have the same addiction to food like fat people do, weight would never be a problem. Like, if I was as addicted to getting fat as I am to energy drinks, then I'd be set. But I'm not. So, I'm stuck at 150 pounds at 6'1". For now, of course. Maybe one day I'll lose a few more pounds and drop down to featherweight. Even though I think I'd be fighting 135, right? Because O'Malley walks around at 150. So, even though I don't know why I'm comparing myself to UFC fighters when I know bare minimum. And striking is my worst category. Striking is literally my worst category in MMA. Like, I know wrestling a little bit. I know jiu-jitsu a little bit. And I know kickboxing a little bit. But, like, I know nothing of punching. Or Muay Thai, I guess, would be better for what I know. Also, my hair, it was good at the beginning. But now it's, like, weird, I'm also scared of balding. If I go bald, I'm gonna kill myself. No, I won't. Maybe. I don't know. If I go bald, I don't want to do like where I have like the circle. I just want to. I want it all gone. Like, so I'll have to shave every single day my head, and then I'm gonna have to lather up my head with lotion so I don't get fucking burnt, and so I can keep it smooth, keep my brain wrinkled. So. Also, I don't think this is much of an improvement to my hair. But I don't think my hoodie looks good with my hairstyle right now. No, it doesn't. Hold on, wait. Look at my forehead, bro. Even though this is me pushing my head back. That's crazy. But it doesn't look that giant right here. But it does whenever I have the hoodie on. I think it's because it pulls back my head like that. But like normally it's like this. Which in my opinion, I've seen a lot worse, I've seen a lot worse craniums and shit, and people think Rihanna's sexy, so why don't they give me a bone here? But the sides, like, my sides are good right now, but I'm like, I low-key looks like I'm balding whenever I have, like, a little Like whenever I have like a gap right here, like it looks like I'm balding whenever that's there. So I tried to avoid, showing that. Dude, there's no way I'm gonna show up to a job interview looking like this, bro. I look 16. And I'm not 16. I'm indeed 2 years older than that. Alright, yeah. I'm 2 years older than 16. So, sorry, I got confused for a second, but... Also, my headphones. You might have noticed I like listening to music and playing Forza. Except I yap to myself. But I'm yapping for the podcast today. And I'm pretty sure in like 2 other podcasts I've recorded I was playing Forza as well. So, it's just a game I play whenever I want to reach out. Whenever I want to like extend my talons forward. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I hope it means something cool. Whenever I like to talk a lot, that's what I mean. Like I like to yap, play Forza, drink energy drink. And yeah, that's what I do all day. But now I'm getting a job, taking responsibility in. You know, maybe a partner will come in. You know, maybe I won't be like, single and shit like I have been for a few years. But it's alright. It's I think if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I think I would be more of a success with like relationships, because I think I've fucked up my image with this YouTube channel. But like, you guys don't know that, because I used to have like 100 videos before I wiped them, right? And those videos were good, but also I think that's what fucked up my image the most, with those videos. But they were good, but it just fucked up my image. And you guys will never see those, which is crazy. I remember recording most of them, and I could make them again, but also, it was a different time. I made that YouTube channel because I thought that my life was literally about to end. Like, I thought I was going to die or become homeless. I thought it was going to be one of those two. So I was like, dude, I might as well make a YouTube channel, pop off, and if I get rich, then I won't die. And then I deleted all my videos like a fucking dumbass, and I hate myself for it. If I could go back in time, that would be the one thing I'd change, because I would probably be successful by now. I'd probably be having a little bit of that Mr. Beast money, just a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But my YouTube channel is moving. It's moving slowly, but it's still moving. Kind of wish I had the speedy success, but then again, a lot of people talk about they've been doing YouTube for years. I think I'm just about to hit the 1 year mark on it, on YouTube. Well, for the comeback at least, like for me coming back. But also, like, I think it would have been 2 years, maybe even more, if I kept my old videos. So, I don't know. It's just something to think about, something to think about. Bad decisions, it's just, I'll never delete a video unless I get canceled for one. In that case, I'll delete the video that I got canceled for. But I don't say anything that would get me canceled, Like, I might say jokes that sound bad, but I never mean any, like, harmful intent. But also, people who misquote you are like the most dangerous. So you can literally be misquoted for anything. So I don't think I would really have a choice of whether or not somebody finds something offensive. So, because people find everything offensive, which is something that, if you grow out of, you'll be a lot fucking happier. I'm just saying. Like, I remember, I'm gonna tell this story. I was on the Moist Critical Discord, and I was talking about cold ones, right? Okay, so first of all, the Moist Critical Discord server, I like Moist Critical, I like him, but his fans are a bunch of fucking pussies, dude. Like, I'm a fan of his, but I was on that Discord, everybody was just a fucking pussy, like a bum. Like, they were chronically online type of shit. And I posted something about Cold Ones, which is my favorite YouTube channel with like Max and Chad, anything for views, Max Mofo, and somebody, like a group of people, said that they didn't like him. They didn't like anything for views because he made a helicopter joke of something, and I didn't get it. So I was like, y'all people need to stop being so sensitive. You'll be a lot happier. And then everybody kind of shit on me, like, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, dude, like, I don't think you're happy in life if you're just going to take everything offensively, You'd be a lot happier if you would just give it a little chuckle, And even if you don't, like not liking somebody for a bad joke is kind of weird. And you can do what you want, I guess. I don't want to be around you if you're that type of person, but you can do what you want. But honestly, I think that being offended by everything or being enraged by everything is like one of the worst ways to live, dude. Like you got to be so miserable. Like just take it on the chin sometimes if it's directed towards you, or just laugh it off if you don't like it, or laugh with it if you think it was kind of funny, even if even if other people don't. So it's just it's whatever, and people are like that with everything, dude, and it's crazy because it'll be the most mundane shit, like me saying that I don't like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, right? Because they're the same game, right? Like damn near the same thing. And I remember I stopped playing Overwatch because I was like, dude, this shit is fucking washed. And then I got hated on by people I knew for that. And then, people get mad over everything. It's like, if I don't like one thing, that entire fandom nowadays will just come after you for everything after that, So you can't really you can't really share what you think about a whole lot of shit based on fandoms. Like if I were to diss like anime fans are fucking crazy, right? They're weird most of the time, right? Like I'm a fan of anime. I have JoJo's in my background. I have I think that's Demon Slayer up there. I didn't fully watch Demon Slayer, but I think it is. And I also have Pokemon. But those fandoms, like a lot of those people are just really weird, And also something that's like surprised me is how weird MMA fans are. Like it's even though it's Twitter, so everybody's fucking stupid, but on Twitter, there's the joke of like MMA guys being incels, but like I never believed that until I started like actively looking at what people were saying in like the MMA communities, and I was like, damn, y'all are like little weirdos, like y'all takes are terrible. You apparently don't like women, which you do you, I guess, but I think it's so crazy how widespread that is in the MMA community. And it's like I didn't believe it until I saw it. I was like, damn, people really do just be against women in this sport. It's kind of weird. But then again, I don't know if that's just like a masculine thing or not to like not like women. Cuz even though I don't see basketball fans or football fans talking shit about him. Like everybody loves Caitlin Clark, I think is her name, in the basketball community. So yeah, we just don't got that for the UFC community. Everybody's just like low key, like doesn't like women. And I was like, damn, that's tough. That's like actually interesting that that's a real thing and not just a joke. So, but also, maybe it's just like a loud group of small groups can be loud as shit. Like I don't know what the quote is, but it's like a small group of people, but they're the most vocal about their opinions is what I'm thinking. So maybe that's it. But also, I feel like that's a very, very loud group considering I was seeing it like so much. And I like UFC, but like talking to people about it is so like, I don't know, people are just so weird about it. Like, I remember I was talking to somebody about Charles Oliveira, and then he was saying something like about how Arman Sarukian violated him. And it was like, well, first of all, Charles won that fight. Second of all, he won by decision, right? And it's like so weird because the Arman fans, they a little freaky too with that, because you guys have seen that one question that one guy asked him, like, how many times would you do that fighter next to you? And then in his language, he said a few times, which was funny. But also, like, a lot of people are just very, they're delusional with their takes. Like, Armin's cool, right? I like Armin. I think he's very flexible. Yeah. But also, I don't think he did that well in any of his performances for you to be super glazing. And I know that I super glaze Oliveira, but, like, I'm cool with it. I'm not like, oh, Oliveira fucking owns Michael Chandler. And, like, I'm not like that. I was going to say something else, but also that would have been fucked up if I were to say it. So I'm not gonna say that joke, but if I did, it would have been it would have been funny. But also, it's just weird. I guess it's like that for everybody, but even like LeBron fans, like they dick ride heavy, but they're not like they don't trash on everybody else just because they like a different basketball player, But like, if you like, let's say Dustin Poirier, and then and then a Habib fan like will just shit all over you. So it's kind of weird. The MMA community, I'd say, is more toxic than it is nice. But also, I think it's just because a lot of people are just like, it's a violent sport, so it probably brings out a little bit of bad in people. But also, it's like, hold on, I'm trying to compose my thoughts right now because I was going somewhere with this, but I lost it. All right, so people are like very like obsessed almost with certain fighters. Like they're, what's it called whenever like somebody's in love with a streamer? Like it's called like a certain type of relationship. It's like when you're in love with like a streamer but they don't know who you are. It's there's a word for it that Ludwig says a lot, but I forgot at the moment. But they have that and they're like yes, bro, this UFC fighter is like, he's my brother, It's like, they don't know you. You have no reason to like glaze them that heavy. And I feel like it's not like that for any other sport. Like I know LeBron, like it's a joke to glaze him, but like nobody actually like really thinks the shit they be saying about LeBron. But the MMA fans, like, I'm pretty sure that if one of, let's just pick a random fighter, if one of Justin Gaethje's like super fans, it would be like if Justin Gaethje would be like, hey, give me some top and I'll add you on Instagram. I'm pretty sure like that his biggest fan would probably fucking do that, Which, there's nothing wrong with that, but also I feel like that's the level of obsessed these guys get with certain fighters. And Justin Gaethje, I wouldn't say he has a crazy clingy fan base, but like some of the people that are considered to be like GOATs, they have pretty crazy fan bases. Except for GSP. I feel like everybody who likes GSP is relatively cool. But also, like, to summarize this, the MMA community is very, I want to say, harsh and obsessive would be good words for it. Like nobody can just enjoy watching fights anymore. Everybody's got to be like, just crazy insults everywhere, which, I'm not complaining because I do be insult. Like my friend, he likes Marab, and I'm like, dude, Marab is fucking autistic, dove into ice, fucking stupid ass dude. Like I'd be like jokingly shitting on him, but like there would be some people who would like die for their favorite fighter, and I'm like, dude, like it's cool, but Israel Adesanya does not deserve for a bullet to be taken for him. I mean, if you really feel that passionately about a fighter, I don't know, just become one of their groupies or something. Like, it's so weird. And I feel like it's not like that for any other sport but, like, MMA. So, maybe I'm wrong about that. But also, like, people will come and, like, dox you because you like Charles Oliveira and not Makhachev, So, it's kind of like a weird community they got going on there, which I'm a part of that community. But I just don't interact with anybody online about MMA because, one, a lot of people just, I'm biased, right? But a lot of people are just fucking delusional, right? So it's kind of like this thing of everybody wants their favorite fighter to like, they just defend him until, like John Jones, like, listen, John Jones, I think he's funny. I know what he's done, I know what he's done. But John Jones fans, it's like, why are you making excuses for the man, Like, like, I don't think nobody should be excused for, like, some shit like that. But also, they still do. Which, you can do what you want, I guess. But also, it's like, there's no real point, Like, it's not like he's giving you money for it or nothing. You're not his PR team. And there's a spider on my webcam. I'm not touching that webcam. I was supposed to take that with me. I'm not touching that shit. Even though I'm not afraid of spiders, but I don't know. That shit looks deadly. It's like one of the small ones, but it's like big enough to fuck me up, I think. It's moving. Oh yeah, I'm sick. Kind of. Like the back of my throat. Whenever I like drink water, it kind of like it's uncomfortable. And what's another topic I can talk about to wrap this up? Uh, Elon Musk. He did that thing at the the inauguration. You know, the thing where he put his hand on his chest and then saluted a certain German, which may or may not signify anything. Me personally, I think it might be because he's just a little autistic, but also, like you can never be too sure. He lied about playing Diablo, like maybe he's hiding other shit. Like, how do you lie about being, like, how do you lie about playing a game and then hire people to play it for you? Like that's just a little weird to me. But yeah, I have no real opinion on that whole situation. When I saw it, I was like, damn, bro pressed the wrong emote, I guess, But I don't know what emote he was gonna do anyway. Like, you put your hand on your chest, what the hell is he gonna do afterwards? It was like start like doing the American anthem. I don't know. What is the American anthem? Like, I know there's the Star Spangled Banner, and then there's the one that you do whenever, like, at the beginning of school. But what's like the song that describes America? What is America's anthem? Except for that one Iggy Azalea song. I don't know. I would have to give it to like Free Bird, I guess, just because it's like such like a classic thing to put Free Bird with like videos of Americans doing dumb shit. So probably Free Bird. But also, this is the end of the Highly Intelligent Podcast solo edition. So next time you see me, I will most likely be with other people, probably back here, but also not in this room because I'm leaving this room. I'm moving out. So hopefully I'll have more people with me, and hopefully I can keep up my upload schedule. So yeah, wish me luck on that, and see you in the next video.